diabetes?
My initial reaction was, does this mean he's not going to live as long as he otherwise would?
Is he going to be okay? Is my kid going to return to the normal, happy child that he was? Because at that point he was extremely lethargic and non-responsive.
I'm actually a nurse, so what went through my head was every possible complication. You know, everything that goes along with diabetes, her future. Will she ever be able to have kids?
And we've got 3 back here.
Things like that.
I was 8 years old when I was diagnosed with diabetes. I was 12.
I was 3 when I found out I had diabetes. Mom, I was diagnosed when I was 2.
I was 13 years old. I got diabetes when I was 5 years old.
I was 8. I was 10 years old.
I was rushed to the hospital. I was about 8 years old when I was diagnosed, so I don't remember too much, but I just remember it was really chaotic.
My sister was outside cleaning our turtle cage, and we told her that I had to go to the hospital, and she started crying. But me being 8, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. They noticed something was wrong with me, and so they did some tests on me, and they said I had diabetes.
I had the IV and the butterfly needle thing, and it really hurt.
I just started crying. I didn't know what to expect.
I was really scared.
They had to hold me down just to test my blood sugar. I remember them having to prick me for a blood test 6 times in each arm because they couldn't find my vein. I just remember it was a really bad experience, and I had to miss my first day of school, and I never knew what it was like to go to school without having diabetes. I remember the nurses explaining everything for 3 hours.
I had to stay at the hospital for 3 days, and I just couldn't believe it.
I always was crying in the hospital, and my parents were right beside me the whole time.
I didn't want any part of it, but it was reality now, and I had to deal with it somehow.
What scares me the most about diabetes is just thinking about all the things I have to do for the rest of my life.
When you have to take shots on your arm, leg, or any place like that, when you have a pump, you have some people do it on your leg or your stomach.
What scares me the most is having to go to the emergency room.
I don't know, there's nothing really that scares me.
The thing I'm scared about most having diabetes is that I'm going to go really low and no one's going to know what's going on and something bad's going to happen to me.
The long-term effects, like going blind, losing your legs, having kidney problems.
When my sugar goes too high, then I also can pass out, and so you're very close to death.
What scares me the most about diabetes is not finding a cure. My life has changed a lot since I was diagnosed. I can't be a normal kid anymore without any worries. I have to worry about diabetes all the time.
Now every day I'm having to test my blood sugars, bolus, which means give myself insulin.
My mom asks me every time I eat if I bolus for her 5 times. And then I always say yes.
Finger pokes, I didn't have to do that before, and shots that are corrected on my pump. I never had to do it before.
I have to take shots. I have to take shots every time I eat. I have to test my blood sugar 8 times every day.
My mom and dad have to wake up every night and do a check on me. And sometimes that wakes me up and it makes me stay up really late. Family has been a lot closer.
Before, I was scared of everything. And then now, I have a lot more courage to do public things. But also, it's inspired me a lot to help people.
There's a lot of stuff that changed.
What helps me each day to deal with diabetes is my family. My mom helps me a lot.
My friends and my family, they help me, test my blood sugar, remind me to test my blood sugar. And just them supporting me really helps me feel at ease.
My mom helps me the most with diabetes because when I'm at school, I always call her.
My friends, they're a big support, and my family, they're always there for me.
My mom help me with my diabetes. Anytime. My pump, and my nurse at school, and my mom, and my dad.
What helps me each day to deal with diabetes is telling myself that one day there will be a cure, hopefully when I'm still alive. What helps me is knowing that we're so close to having a cure and we're almost there. So if I wait just a little bit longer, then this can be cured and I'll be okay. I would tell other kids that were just diagnosed with diabetes, definitely that everything, it's not as bad as it seems. Diabetes is a life-threatening disease, but it can be handled and it's not too hard to deal with. It hurts, but everything will be okay in the end.
No need to fear that if you're going to take shots or anything like that, just be brave and stuff.
Yeah, it would be easier without diabetes, but then you can say to someone, they'll tell you, oh, like, I made varsity volleyball, but you can say, I made varsity volleyball, and I have diabetes too.
If somebody got diabetes, I tell them not to be afraid.
It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna get through it. It's not as bad as you think it is.
At first it kind of hurts, but it won't hurt for long.
It's not as scary once you've been doing it for a while. Have courage and be strong and don't be scared because it's gonna get better eventually.
Don't say like you want to quit even though you really want to, because that won't really help.
Be who you are. Keep doing what you were doing before. And don't let this get in the way of like your dreams.
My one wish would be a cure for diabetes, not just for me, but for everybody else, so everybody else like stops suffering. The wish would be that if somebody could find a cure for diabetes.
I would wish that they could find a cure for diabetes, or if they couldn't find a cure, then they could have a higher technology so it's not as tough.
I hope my baby sister didn't get diabetes.
I wish that there was a cure for diabetes. I would definitely wish for a cure for diabetes.
If I had a wish, it would be to cure diabetes.
If I had one wish, I would wish that diabetes was cured. Of course, I think that's what everyone with diabetes wishes.
Please help.
Please help.
Please help.
Please help.
Please help. Please help.
Please help.
Please help.
Please help.